Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Had the great opportunity to talk to a bunch of 14 and 15-year-olds today at church, and we were talking about setting goals, embracing our talents and sharing them with the world. And so, just want to thank John, Guthrie, Jackson, Lance, Ryan J, Ryan C, Monty, and of course Levi and our big guy Jeff. Appreciate you giving your thoughts. And we talked about SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, timeline. Sometimes people say realistic, but a lot of times attainable kind of hits that one. And so what you're looking to do is, do you base your goals on the different roles that you play? You know, brother, sister, parent. Do you do it based on maybe the 360 version of yourself: spiritual, mental, relationships, friendships, money, etc. And so as you decide to set goals for yourself, one thing that I would say is make it so it's simple. The more that you can go back to these goals and mentally and have them at the top of your mind, the more likely it is that you're successful at accomplishing them. The other thing that definitely most people will encourage you to do is to write it down. Whether that's I would encourage anybody actually that if you have specific goals that you want to accomplish for 2018, to write it every single day, right? So that's where, for me, the way that I do goals is I just look 90 days ahead. What do I want to accomplish in the various roles that I play? So I just basically do my goals on title, and I put one goal in there per title. So husband, father, running in my career, monetary, and so physical. And so what I do in there, though, for the next 90 days is, what am I going to specifically do? What's the habit that I'm going to create in order to get there? So if I go through for the physical, I want to exercise 4 days a week. So it doesn't matter to me. I don't get stuck on what's happening in there, or what weight I want to get to, or what size I want to get to. I focus on what can I do on a daily basis to get to where I want to go. Again, this comes from the idea of chop wood, carry water. And I think what happens is, for a lot of times, people, they have these goals 3 years, 5 years out, and we totally undervalue what we can accomplish in 3 years or 5 years. And so what we want to focus on is, what are those habits of success that's going to lead me to where I want to go? So if, let's say on the professional side, I want to be able to learn leadership skills. So I'm going to read for the next 90 days, I'm going to read this book. Let's say I'm going to read one chapter a week, and I'm going to break that down to basically 3 pages every single day in order to read a book on leadership. Let's say it's John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And that's going to help me get better at becoming a leader. Maybe then the second quarter, maybe there's an opportunity for me to actually lead in a project. And so that will be my goal. But the thing about it is, right here in January, I have no idea 3 months from now that there's an opportunity for me to implement my leadership skills into what's happening there. The other thing I think about from a health standpoint is, right now, if let's say I go to the gym 4 times, I might decide to sign up for, let's say, a marathon in 6 months. Well, then all of a sudden my training becomes different, and now I'm running 6 days a week. So there's something that you want to just be cognizant of. You want to make sure that your goals are flexible, so that way you can run after things that are getting you excited. The other thing that I would say when it comes to your big, hairy, audacious goals, right? Those BHAGs, number one is they should somewhat frighten you. They should be somewhat daunting, that you think, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could even tell anybody. I think that's totally fine. If you just want to keep that to yourself because there's a lot of naysayers out there, there's a lot of cynics out there, there's a lot of critics in your life, then don't share with anybody. Definitely, though, write it down every single day. Keep it at the top of your mind, and make sure that then your actions on a daily basis lead to that big, hairy, audacious goal, right? So if it's that you want to pull in $1 million this year, then we need to make sure that our actions align with those specific goals. That's the biggest problem, is that people say they want these outlandish things, right? I want to lose 80 pounds. Well, what are you going to do about that? Well, I'm going to go to the gym. Well, you got to do a lot more than go to the gym, just because in order to lose 80 pounds, just do the simple math on that. Divide that by 12. That means you need to be losing about 5 pounds every single month. A little bit more. So it's like 5.2, 5.3. So what happens with that, when you put that outlandish goal out there, until you actually make sure that your actions actually align with that goal, you're going down the wrong path. The fascinating thing about it, remember, water boils at 212 degrees, like a rolling boil. Where at 7 degrees lower, 205, it's just tiny little bubbles. It's a tiny little simmer. So in those 7 degrees of difference, there's a dramatic change in regards to how fast food is cooked and actually the energy that's happening inside that pot. So for each of us, as we think about the energy that we're putting in towards something, we need to make sure that we're at that right level. And the other thing is we need to make sure that we're moving ourselves towards something that's actually going to get there, right? So it's that 1 degree of change, that slightly change can completely alter our course, 3 months, 6 months down the road. So the way that I know myself, why do I come down to the 90-day goal setting? Is because I know myself, I'm a sprinter from an energy perspective. I can go hard and heavy for 90 days, then I'll take about 3 to 5 days off. Then I'll go hard and heavy another 90 days, take 3 to 5 days off. So know your energy level, know what you need for yourself. Some people, they're like marathon runners. So from an energy perspective, they can just go humdrum, just kind of go in and out in their daily process. They'll take a day off here, they'll take off a day off there, just based on kind of almost the federal holidays. And so what allows them to do that is that they are able to totally decompress and take a step back and be able to then re-engage. For me, I need complete time away because for me, I go all in, and that's just the way that I'm focused and the way that I'm wired. So know yourself from an energy perspective and make sure that you write those goals down and then keep them on the top of your mind so that way you're gonna accomplish them. Hopefully this is helpful, everybody. Hope you guys have yourself a fantastic day. Sherm's out.